Live from Hazard, Kentucky, this is Jammin Wrestling News. Here's your news for Thursday, November 8th, 2018. Dave Meltzer of 4FWOnline.com is reporting that Roman Reigns is just now starting treatment for his leukemia. Meltzer added that we're told any discussions regarding a time frame for a potential return is a long way off. And I want to send good vibes and well wishes out to Roman Reigns as he undergoes treatment for his leukemia. And like I said before, whip leukemia's ass, Roman Reigns, because I can't wait for the day that you start Superman punching and spearing people in the WWE. Mike Johnson of PWInsiderElite.com recently commented on Braun Strowman's status with WWE. Here is what Johnson said, courtesy of RingsideNews.com. One of the things I heard from multiple people, and we're talking 4 different people, was that there are times where Strowman is negligent when it comes to showing up on time. He has a reputation at times for leaving a little early and sometimes makes mistakes in terms of etiquette in the backstage scene and the locker room, and is sometimes, as one person put it, his own worst enemy and his worst advocate. Mike Johnson continued on by saying, they will be high on him, and just when he gets to the point where you would think the next step would be putting him into the centerpiece position for the company, something happens and he makes some kind of misstep backstage, and people within management kind of cool on him and they take a step back. Meanwhile, during a recent interview with Inside the Ropes, Kevin Owens gave praise to Braun Strowman by saying, for a guy who's been doing this for 3 years and had maybe 5 matches before he showed up at SummerSlam in 2015 making his debut, and for a guy that big, he's pretty incredible. His progression has been unbelievable. Thanks to WrestlingInc.com for quotes. Fightful.com is reporting that after 20 plus years, it appears that the days of WWE RAW overruns are ending. Since the Monday Night War period, Raw's runtime would almost always last 10 to 15 minutes past the final hour of the broadcast. The change could reportedly begin as soon as this Monday's Raw, and was a decision made by the USA Network. Dave Meltzer of 4FWOnline.com is reporting that WWE approached 3 New Japan Pro Wrestling stars, with one of them being Tetsuya Naito. Meltzer noted that the other 2 that we're aware of didn't turn the offers down without thought, although one would be a huge surprise and the other would be a great worker who I didn't see flourishing in the WWE system. It was recently revealed that Naito turned down the WWE offer. Chris Carlton tweeted on Twitter, Naito received a WWE offer after Dominion and turned it down. I didn't even give it thought. This New Japan thing is already the world's #1 stage. The fans know this. That's why I think we should focus on our home crowd before looking international. And that is a quote from Tetsuya Naito, I believe. Dave Meltzer of 4FWOnline.com is also reporting that Brock Lesnar's short-term WWE contract was set to expire at Crown Jewel, and Roman Reigns was originally scheduled to retain the Universal title at the event. Once Reigns revealed that he was sick, Lesnar was signed to a new deal which was believed to have been around October 18th. All that is known about the contract is that it's another short-term deal and it lasts through WrestleMania. Lesnar will also reportedly be able to continue pursuing another UFC fight. There is apparently a Lesnar storyline in the works that involves talents other than Braun Strowman. Lesnar is expected to have a match at WrestleMania, but a Royal Rumble appearance is up in the air due to his UFC training. During the recent Web Summit in Lisbon, Portugal, Stephanie McMahon commented on WWE's growth as a global brand by saying, 10, 20, 30 years from now, there's no reason we can't be as big as or bigger than Disney. Now that's a tall order, especially given recent transactions. However, there's no reason why we can't get there. You have to dream big, have big bold goals, and go after them. Thanks to eWrestling.com for the quote. And finally, here on Jammin Wrestling News, the WWE announced the following during this week's episode of 205 Live. It will be the Cruiserweight Champion Buddy Murphy going up against Mustafa Ali for the Cruiserweight Championship. Should be a really great match for that title. That is your news for Thursday, November 8th, 2018. I want to send my well wishes and good vibes out to everyone affected by the borderline shooting last night over in Thousand Oaks, California. Of course, if you do not know what I'm talking about, last night at around 11 p.m., in Thousand Oaks, California. There was a mass shooting that happened at the Borderline Bar and Grill. Unfortunately, 12 people lost their lives, including one deputy, I believe, that was serving 29 years, 1 year short of retirement. And it's just a horrible thing to hear about. I was listening to the scanner for the Ventura County Sheriff's Department last night, and watching CNN as well, and it was just so heartbreaking to hear about. It's just, it's sad knowing that there's been 307 mass shootings in just 2018 alone. 307 mass shootings this year. Unbelievable. Disgraceful. It's just disgusting to hear that. And it just boggles my mind how there's not some type of reform or control, going on to try to limit stuff like this happening and completely canceling it out. I don't know. But it's just a horrible thing to hear about, and here we are again, unfortunately. So my good vibes and well wishes go out to everyone affected by just this horrible, horrible tragedy in Thousand Oaks, California. Check back here tomorrow for another Jammin' John's Wrestling News Flash Briefing on Amazon Alexa devices. Big shout out to everybody listening to this on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Stewie Family is the name. Follow me on Twitter at John Caldwell, JONCOLWELL. Follow me on Instagram, the Jammin' John. If you'd like to sponsor Jammin' John's Wrestling News or your wrestling promotion, wanting to get your next big event out through the awesome power of Amazon Alexa, you can email me, jzcaldwell@gmail.com. That's JZCOLWELL@gmail.com. Big shout out to Ryan Hurdle and Tony Nelson for subscribing to my Patreon. You too can subscribe to me by going to patreon.com/jamminjohn. I have free packages on there ranging from free to $7. Not a whole lot of money. I would really appreciate it if you supported me a little bit financially. Once again, that's patreon.com/jamminjohn. This is Jammin' John saying thanks, goodbye, and I'll see you tomorrow.